DBC is one type of digital dollar that can be used by anyone. It would be issued, backed, and controlled by the Federal Reserve, and the US government would fully support it. This could be used instead of current payment methods and have benefits like instant payment settlement, a way to make deals across borders, and helping more people get access to money. More than 130 countries are looking into making their own digital currencies that are backed by the government. First tests have already started in China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and India. A digital euro pilot could start as early as 2028. In the meantime, the US is still a long way behind, even though more and more information is coming out about the features of digital currency. The Congress of the United States owns these words right there. It is very clear that the US Congress has given the go-ahead for XRP in the United States. This isn't just for banks and investment firms. XRP can be used for both domestic and foreign transactions. This is especially true from the US Federal Reserve. Why does this matter? The world shift is known to the US Congress. Brazil, India, China, and other countries are working with Ripple to set up their own digital currencies that will be issued by their central banks. The US doesn't want to be behind on this change. And can you guess which company they're working with?
Founded more than a decade ago with a mission
welcome
to
back
enable
to
the Internet of Value,
the place to go for
a
all
world where
things
money
XRP,
moves like information does
like the
today.
BRICS countries.
We build
Brazil,
software products
Russia, India,
that
China,
power
and South
cross-border
Africa have worked
payments,
together to create
stable
a digital
coins,
currency that can
and
be
go
used
with it
by all
are pushed
5
offshore,
countries.
reducing regulatory oversight and putting consumers at higher risk. This has severely harmed American businesses, investors, and of most concerned consumers.
This history
Ripple is the tip
background
of this.
shows
For
that
companies to have the
Ripple and
confidence
the
to
US
continue
have been
doing
working
business in the
together
United
behind the
States,
scenes.
Congress should
Even
focus
though
on
Ripple
passing
and
principled
the
and
SEC are
smart
in public
legislation
disagreements, there
with
was a
these
good chance
critical
that
goals in
Ripple
mind.
would win the
First,
FCC case
set
because
clear
of this
jurisdictional
partnership.
boundaries for our main
Do you
financial
remember
regulators.
how Ripple
Second,
got the
establish
Federal Reserve
pathways
to
for
agree
companies to
to
build in the
use
U.S.
FedNAV
without
payment
sacrificing
method? The Federal
investor
Reserve
or
didn't
consumer
give Ripple
protections.
direct credit
And
when
third,
they released
ensure
the
that
system,
the U.S. can be a
but
global
there are
leader in
hints.
crypto
The
by
Federal
taking
Reserve
full
talked
advantage of the
about a
benefits
possible
and
relationship
efficiencies
with
brought
a
by digital
blockchain
assets
company
and
that
blockchain
could
technologies.
make
The U.S.
payments
possesses the
quick
world's
and
deepest
easy,
capital
with
markets,
transactions
the most
taking only
advanced
3 to
technical
5
talent,
seconds.
and a
For
spirit
long
of innovation
time,
that has
Gary
powered
Gensler
our
has
nation
talked
since
about
its
how
founding.
the
There
US
is no
Federal
reason we should
Reserve
not be the
could
undisputed
use
leader in
Ripple.
digital assets and blockchain.
Even
Over
before he
55
became
million
president,
Americans
Gensler had
participate in the
faith
crypto
in the
economy
Federal
today,
Reserve, which
equating
had
to
already
over
added XRP and
$3.3
Ripple
trillion
to their
market
payment
cap.
system
A smart
for both
regulatory
domestic
framework
and
for
foreign
crypto market
transactions.
structure is
This was
essential
during
to
the
realize
SEC's
that
lawsuit
future
against
and is
Ripple.
overdue.
Now,
Speaking on
let's
behalf of
talk
the
about
crypto
current
industry, I
events.
urge you to prioritize the
Riverbank has
passage of
joined
market
the
structure
FedNet
legislation for
payment
digital
system.
assets through this
Riverbank
committee
is a
and the full
well-known
Senate
Ripple payment
to provide the
partner
rules and
that
regulations
uses the
needed to
RippleNet
ensure that the U.S.
system.
becomes
Let us break this
the
down.
crypto capital of the world.
This is more than
Once
just a
market
bank.
structure
The
legislation for
X-Current
digital
and
assets
X-Rapid
becomes
services
law in the
on
United
RippleNet
States,
are
this will
used by
catalyze
this
a new
payment
era of
processor.
U.S.
For
competitiveness and
on-demand
unlock
liquidity, both
efficiencies
of these
in financial
services use
transactions,
XRP and
dramatically
its ledger.
helping
Since
consumers
Riverbank is
and
now
businesses
part
alike.
of FedNet,
Ripple
it's
hopes to
clear
see
that
this become a
X-Rapid,
reality, and we look
X-Current,
forward to
and
working
RippleNet,
with you
which are
to help
all
make this
based on
happen.
XRP,
I look forward
will
to your
play a
questions.
part.
Man,
so the FedNet
it's
payment
just
system is
incredible
ready to use
seeing
XRP to
Brad
meet its
in
liquidity
front
needs
of the
for
Senate
trades that take place
talking
across
about
borders.
XRP
As a result,
and
we can
why
expect
Ripple, the
XRP's
company,
value to
is so
rise
important
as
to
its
this next
uses
step
and
in
benefits
financial
grow.
evolution.
If you
Oh,
own
I
XRP
got chills
and are
on that
watching
one.
this,
I got
this is good
chills.
news for your
Woo!
investment.
All right, this
Adding
is
XRP
Ripple
to
has
regular
consistently
banking
prioritized
systems
regulatory
is more than just a
compliance.
sign of
That's
how
how you
useful the
achieve
coin
60
can be.
licenses
It shows how the
worldwide to
world of
operate
global
within
business
legal
is
and regulatory
changing.
frameworks.
We're seeing a
Players.
paradigm
Mr.
shift
Garlinghouse, I'd
happen
like to just kind
as
of turn to
traditional
you. I
banks
mean, I just wanted to
realize
just
how
get your
fast,
thoughts on this.
efficient,
I
and
mean, do you
cheap
acknowledge
blockchain
what
technologies
Mr.
like
Levin's
Ripple's
saying in
are.
terms of
Also, Gary
the illicit
Gensler's
actors,
support
bad
and the
actors being
actions
able to
taken by
utilize
banks like
crypto right
Riverbank
now? And
afterward
you know,
are
I
just
certainly
the tip
appreciate
of
the
the ocean.
efforts that
XRP
your
and other
company's made
similar
in terms of AML,
technologies
but
will have
we're
an
still
impact
seeing
on the
these
whole
problems.
financial
Is that something that
industry
you see
as
and
more
recognize as
companies
well?
learn about
Ripple
them
has
and
always
use
been a
them.
compliance first company.
Before
and
we
as
go
I
any
said in my early
further,
testimony,
I have
we
some
over
exciting news
60
for my
licenses around the
readers.
world. That being
I have
said,
an offer
I think
for XRP.
anytime you
Just
see
do these
bad
3
actors,
easy
they're
things to
looking
join
for,
in. Rate
as
this
Mr. Levin
video
said,
with a thumbs
whatever
up,
the
click
easiest path
subscribe,
is.
turn
They
on
use
alerts,
cash,
and share this
they
video with
use
your
other
friends and family.
assets.
When we pick
They
our
even
lucky
read about
winner,
them
I'll
using
make sure
gold.
these steps
Yeah.
are followed. So good luck to
certainly they're
everyone.
also
When we reach 60,000
experimenting and trying
users,
to
we'll let
use
everyone
digital
know who
assets
won.
I think the good news has been in many cases they don't often understand how traceable and trackable that actually is.
We've talked about how the U.S. Federal Reserve is interested in it, and how most people in the U.S. want to use it.
What is the first thing you mentioned? Ripple is compliance first. How many times have I said that to you, right? Their customers are banks. That is, of course, the first thing that they have to deal with is how safe is this? Is there risk?
The movies we've made on these topics go into more detail.
Let me see if there's anything I missed. Bread, garlic.
In Europe's digital
I wanted to try to get this video out quickly, so I just want to see if there's any other clips that I have
missed. The U.S. isn't just interested in XRP
with BNY for
which we talked about
announcing just moments ago that it's partnering with BNY for BNY to be its primary custodian for its stablecoin. Joining us first on CNBC, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. That's a nice shot, Brad. It suits you well. You're looking very even presidential almost.
Well, there you go.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Good to be back on Squawk Box.
You need a custodian for your stablecoin. Why BNY?
Look, I think as the crypto industry has emerged from kind of the last administration where the industry was being attacked, working with the most trusted, the most well-regulated, and even the best capitalized partners is a way to continue to build trust in the system. And stablecoins at their core, by their nature, it's a dollar backed with a dollar in deposits. BNY Mellon has, for a very long time been amongst the most trusted partners out there as a custody bank. So we're really pleased. I think it's indicative of the shift of tide where we've had headwinds for this industry are now becoming tailwinds. I think we're going to see a lot of growth.
All the way back to that duel, I think, right?
We're going to see a lot of growth. It's interesting that they chose BNY. BNY Mellon is a bank for banks to custody their assets. They have $52 trillion worth of assets that they hold for other banks and institutions, and so of course Ripple's going to pick them, right? They want to work with the biggest custody bank in the entire world.
In the crypto world, this question has been getting a lot of attention.
It goes back a ways, doesn't it?
That one goes way back. I didn't put a number out there because I wasn't sure how many years it's been. But the BNY Mellon, we feel very lucky to be partnered with them. And we think, again, building trust for the whole industry and having RLUSD, our stablecoin, which just passed $500 million in market cap. We launched only about 6 months ago, so we're really pleased with that trend line. I feel like this will only continue to build that trust.
It's small compared to some of your competitors, though, at this point. How does that factor into how you approach the whole stablecoin industry?
So the stablecoin industry is about $250 billion today. Many people think it'll be between 1 and 2 trillion in a handful of years. The growth behind it has been profound. We joined the market kind of late, partly because we were using stable coins in our payment flows for our institutional customers. As you probably know, Ripple at its core has been a payments company and solving a cross-border payments problem. We use stable coins, we use XRP where it makes sense. And stable coins, when we were using that, we were a big part of activity for us. We were minting a lot, and we thought we can participate in this market, given our institutional background, given the fact we've leaned into compliance and been very regulated. We have over 60 global licenses to participate in these markets. So we feel like the growth ahead will serve us well as we continue to serve that institutional client.
This doesn't, you still want a banking license, right? Even though you have this deal with BNY.
Well, yes is the short answer. We've pursued and requested application to apply for an OCC license as well as a Fed master account. We think that the key here for crypto and the kind of decentralized finance, as many people call it,